Okay, let's get right into it. Google just pushed out a massive update to its Gemini AI, but here's the thing. There's a very, very good chance you're not actually using the powerful new version, even if you think you are. And it all boils down to one little and honestly pretty confusing default setting.
So let me just ask you straight up. Are you really using Google's newest AI? Because if you've been playing around with Gemini since the latest big update dropped, you might have been accidentally stuck on the old version this whole time, and you probably wouldn't even know it. Don't worry, we're going to fix that right now.
So first up, let's talk about what you might be missing out on. Because this isn't just a minor patch. Google is making some huge promises with this new model, and it's a genuine leap forward in what these AIs can do.
So what's the big deal with this upgrade? Well, we're not just talking about some small tweak here. The new model is way better at understanding those really complex, multi-part questions you might throw at it. It also gives you much more direct, to-the-point answers. And this is the cool part. It can actually generate custom, interactive user interfaces right in the chat. So instead of a wall of text, it's more like it's building a mini app for you on the fly. And get this, all of this is coming just 8 months after the last big update, which is just an insane pace of innovation.
Okay, so if it's so great, why isn't everybody using it? Well, that brings us to the heart of the problem, a simple default setting. Thanks to some, let's say, confusing branding choices from Google, there's a hidden switch that most people are completely missing.
So when you open up Gemini, you see these two modes, fast and thinking. And the little descriptions seem pretty obvious, right? One gives you quick answers, the other one is for when you need it to think about more complex stuff. But what's actually happening under the hood? Well, that's the important part.
And here it is. This is the whole reason we're talking. That default fast mode? Yeah, that's actually running on the older Gemini 2.5 model. If you want to get your hands on the powerful new AI, you have to manually switch it over to thinking, which is what actually turns on the brand new Gemini 3 Pro.
So, let's be super clear about this. If you've been opening Gemini, typing in a question, and you've never touched that little drop-down menu, you haven't been using the latest and greatest model at all. You've been getting decent answers from the old one, for sure, but you've been missing out on a whole new generation of capability.
But hey, the good news is, fixing this is ridiculously simple. This isn't buried 3 levels deep in some settings menu. It's a quick 2-click change that is going to immediately upgrade your entire AI experience. And here's just how easy it is. Whether you're on the Gemini website or using the app on your phone, just look right below the main box where you type your question. You'll see that little drop-down that probably says fast. All you have to do is click it and choose thinking instead. That's it. Boom! You are now using Gemini 3 Pro.
Now, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. You see that word Pro in Gemini 3 Pro, and your brain immediately screams, aha, here comes the paywall. And honestly, that's a totally fair assumption, given how these things usually go.
I mean, after all, the last Pro model, Gemini 2.5 Pro, that was exclusively for people paying for a Google AI Pro subscription. So it makes perfect sense that this new, even more powerful version would be the same deal, right?
Well, in what is a fantastic and frankly pretty surprising move from Google, not anymore. This is probably the best part of this whole story.
You heard that right. Gemini 3 Pro is now available to everyone, whether you pay for a subscription or not. This is a huge change. It's the first time one of these top-tier Pro models has been this widely available for free. A Google AI Pro subscription is now only for super specific, high-end features like deep research. But for day-to-day use, Google has just opened the floodgates and put their best tech in everyone's hands.
So let's recap the key takeaway here. It's super simple. Open Gemini, flick that little drop-down menu from fast to thinking, and just like that, you've unlocked the full power of Google's brand new top-of-the-line AI model completely for free. Which brings us to the final and I think the most exciting question. Now that you know how to get your hands on Google's best and brightest AI, what's that first complex, creative, or just plain weird question you're going to ask it? Go on, give it a shot. Thanks for tuning in.